Hi everyone. It is 5:22 p.m. Monday afternoon, evening, whatever. I'm going to start working on the third beam. I feel very confident that I'm going to be able to strip the third beam back today and then potentially start on the sanding. I might use a heat gun before sanding as well. I have used a heat gun on paint before, and sometimes it just kind of like just starts sticking all together and like leaving like really big raised bits, which I'm not a fan of. So I think it might just be easier to sand. I also don't think I can use the heat gun on the beam that I use the decapante with because decapante is flammable. So I probably shouldn't use a heat gun on top of that. I'm not going to bore you with more footage of me getting rid of the paint from the third beam. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I will see you once I have done it. 5:24 now. Let's see how long it takes me. Okay, we are back. So I've done the third beam. It took me 43 minutes. There's definitely a lot more paint on it than the other ones. It was just a little bit harder for me to remove it from particularly this side. But I figured we're going to do a load of sanding anyway, so I did as much as I could. I actually quite like the look of them with this old rustic, they are old rustic beams, right? They are very, very old. I'll insert a time stamp of when the building was built, so they're that old. So I think next what I'm going to do is am I going to do the heat gun? I'm going to start with the sander. I'm going to see how I go. And then I might have to move to the heat gun and then back to the sander on some bits, but I'm just going to go in with the sander. It's going to get very, very, very dusty. I hope you can see me. If you can't, well, you can hear me. Don't get greedy, that shit won't end well. Okay, well, my machine was smoking. See it a little bit. That's not a good sign. Oh yeah, you can. That is not a good sign. So the heat gun is out of the question. Yeah, didn't do anything up there either. So I should have just stuck with my original plan of the sander. Okay, let's go. Bomba clat. It's been a while since I've used one of these, so just a little bit nervous. The first time I pick up a power tool in a while, I don't know if you can see me, I'm always quite nervous. Okay, there is indeed something happening. Okay. This is gonna take a lot of work. How many sayings do I have? Okay. You guys can't see anything, I'm gonna show you. This is the first time actually getting up close to the beams. I haven't taken you up here before. Okay, so that patch there is what it's doing. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the sander. Anything beyond my drill, my jigsaw, a circular saw, I'm not super comfortable with. But I guess that's the whole part of the process, like learning to be comfortable with these kind of tools. Oh, it's dusty. I need to close that door. Okay. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I might leave them like this. I'll have another go at chipping the paint off, but let me try again with, I don't know what to do. Because I'm not super comfortable with the sander up this high. It's a bit unsteady and it's going to take a very, very long time to get through it all. What it is doing is it's like the bits that are slightly loose, it is chipping away at them. So I could guess I could go over everything like roughly to see if it will chip off anything more. I don't know. I don't know. Comment down below what you think I should do, but probably I would have already decided. Because you're watching this episode and you can see how long it is. Maybe I'll go to Instagram. Let me go to Instagram and ask people what they think. So this is what I'm going to ask.
A few moments later.
Hey. Okay, so I had a little meltdown earlier for a little bit. But what I decided to do, because the heat gun didn't work and the sander would have taken way too long as well, and I wasn't really comfortable with it, with taking off that amount of paint, I have just gone back through these two and taken off like all of the white paint. There is also beige paint underneath the white paint. But yeah, I went back through these two on the left, and I think it has made quite a bit of a difference. Like I literally scraped off every single piece of white paint that I could see. It's 8:30. I'm going to continue with this one. I mean, my arms are killing me, but I don't know. Like I said last week, you guys let me know if it's worth it or not. I think it should take me another 45 minutes, an hour, and then I'll call it a day. So I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh shit, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. These aren't the right gloves either. These should be my gloves. Oh fuck. Hi friends, I have been so excited to get in this room and finish these beams. You saw on yesterday's footage that I went and cleaned all the beams, and I think it was the best decision. It kind of did two things. Because I cleaned with a wire brush or wire sponge, that acted as like a really rough sanding. So not only did I give the beams a rough sanding already, but it also picked up a load of the dust and extra kind of bits of paint that were kind of stuck on there, but not really stuck on there, that I couldn't get off with my, just like with the, what do you call that thing? That thing. And as you can see, they are looking really good. So I think today is the last day that I'm actually going to be working on them. I'm going to be doing two things. The first is giving them another sand because the wire brush was kind of like a rough sand. I'm going to go in with a 180 grit sandpaper to give them another sand and potentially go in with an 80 grit afterwards as well. But I'll see how the 180 does, if it's smooth enough. Because remember, no one's going to be touching them. It's not going to be a surface that you're going to be touching. So it doesn't need to be like super, super smooth. And then, let me get it. And of course, right on cue, my mic stopped working, but I was just showing you the varnish that I was going to use after sanding. It's a satin and non-coloured varnish, so it's basically clear or see-through. And I was super excited about it because that would be the last step of the beams. So yeah, I should get rid of this mic, really. It's stopped working on me so many times. Cool, that's working really well. I am very, very, very dusty, as you can tell. So what have I done? I sanded the beams and then I went with a damp rag and kind of dusted all the dust off of it. The room is still slightly dusty, but most of the dust is already settling, so that's good. So now I'm going to go in with the varnish and varnish the beams, and that should be it. I'm going to have to get up there again because I'm going to have to paint. But with the actual beams themselves, this is the last step. Very, very happy. And very pleased that I continued and persevered. Thank you to everyone who voted on the Instagram poll as well. Whichever it was, I was still going to do a little bit more, but I've just decided to try and do as much as I can. And I think they're looking really awesome. I will probably do a little time lapse for you because I'm just going to be painting clear varnish and you're not going to be able to see anything. So time lapse it is. Hi friends, so I have put the varnish on the beams and this is what they look like, and I am very, very proud of how they've turned out. I'm glad I didn't give up. That's it for this episode. Next week I'll be back. I'll be painting the room and I will also be, what else am I going to do? Building a bed frame and building all the frames for everything basically. Thank you so much for watching. It's been 2 episodes on the beams, so thank you for sticking with me. See you next week. Bye!